2 days been? It's pretty quick turnaround we have here with the new episode.
Yeah, I mean we've been grinding for sure. We're
Hey,
gonna
nice
get these
jingle, by the
hours in
way.
for y'all.
Nice
Uh,
jingle.
the jingle is amazing. New jingle came out that we got for exclusively the Waterboy Sports Show. This is from our buddy Weston out there. Weston,
Shout out Weston.
very talented amateur producer. So show him some love if you know him. Thank you for the jingle, sir.
Anyway, what's been going on with you for the past couple days?
Past couple days, not much has changed. Just enjoyed a little bit of a long weekend. I can't believe it's already over, and back to work tomorrow, unfortunately. And obviously, a whole lot of football.
Yep. So right now, we'll be talking about the wild card weekend here, but right now, at the time of recording this, the Steelers are playing against the Bills right now. The Buffalo Bills are up 7-0. First quarter, 4 minutes left. Mason Rudolph sitting at a solid 1 for 5, about 15 yards. Josh Allen, 5 for 7, 56 yards with a TD. It's about going about how we expected, I believe. But let's talk about the games that happened in the past. Do you have our bracket up? Did we take a little screenshot of that? Do you have it?
Bracket.
Dude, our bracket was busted, bro.
Yeah. Let's see.
It actually started very first game. Our bracket was broken in the very first game. We have Browns Texans. Texans win 45, Browns 14. Jeez Louise, what did you think about this game?
So I thought that the Texans, basically, I had called that they were going to win. I knew they were going to win, but you overruled me on that decision. I thought that they had it in them, and
Yeah, but you're
that's what they
from
showed.
you lived in Houston for a little while.
I'm not a Texans fan
You're
in
a
the
little
slightest,
biased.
though. I mean, I just thought that they had the offensive firepower to overcome the Browns, and that's what happened. They just absolutely dogged on the Browns. The pick six was a surprise for me, but they just stepped up to the moment. And the Browns, there was a quote from Joe Flacco before the playoffs started saying, "Within the next 5 weeks, something very special is about to happen that none of us are going to ever forget in our lives." And that bad of a loss, I'm sure they will never forget.
Yeah. Well, we knew the Texans had the offensive firepower. I said in the last episode, CJ Stroud wouldn't miss a step with this. There were talks about him, the first time being in the playoffs, he's a rookie, all this blah blah blah. I didn't see that as a distraction to him, and it certainly was not. He played almost perfectly. I think he was 1 point under the perfect QBR rating. He went 16 for 21, 274 yards with 3 TDs against old man Joe Flacco, who threw the ball 46 times. He had 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, 307 yards. Pretty much too, like the Browns just didn't really have a running game. I mean, Kareem Hunt is their guy, but he's, I think, the best of what we've seen of Kareem Hunt has already passed.
Of course,
the run game wasn't much going on there. What I was surprised about though was that the Browns had one of the best, if not the best, defense going into this game, and the Texans did not give a shit. They absolutely clobbered them every which way of the ball, rushing, receiving. It didn't matter. They just absolutely destroyed them. 45-14. Put a Cinderella story to bed, to rest.
Yeah, I mean, well, the Texans are the real Cinderella story here.
They really are. Yeah,
they're going great right now, and obviously the Browns with hardly any running game, 56 total yards rushing. They were definitely missing Nick Chubbs out there. They were kind of trying to air it out with Joe Flacco, but I mean,
Father Time.
Flacco's best days are behind him too. So it was great that they got to the playoffs. It's something for the city of Cleveland to cheer about, but at the end of the day, the Texans are red hot right now, and they'll continue to carry that momentum. Hopefully, they'll get some of it against who we consider to be the most untouchable team in the NFL, the Ravens. assuming the Bills win today.
Assuming the Bills win. Something we didn't talk about last episode about the Browns and Texans, but we knew about it. We talked about it offline. Was this this was going to be potentially decide the coaching of the year winner? Probably both front runners for the coaching of the year award. Kevin Stefanski of the Browns and D'Amico Ryans of the Texans. And I think D'Amico Ryan. I think so. Actually, Kevin Stefanski was favored to win that award going into this week. I don't know what the Vegas odds are now, but I wouldn't be surprised if D'Amico Ryans wins it.
Yeah, I love D'Amico Ryan's and his playbook. Like they've got a young team, and they were running a lot of plays that you could see like in college, pretty much,
Mhm.
which is like a really fun like type of ball to play. I kind of compare it to the type of ball that's played like in the NBA with LaMelo Ball and stuff. I consider it like LA Fitness ball. Like they were doing the football equivalent of that, basically, just like racking up points, like with all these exciting, like cool plays that they send out there.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Oh, also Shane Steichen of the Colts is up there. But it looks like Kevin Stefanski is probably still, at least according to Vegas, the front runner for this award. Um, we'll see if that stays true.
Sure.
But
And
anyway,
then speaking about rookie quarterbacks, on the other side of the conference is Jordan Love in the Packers.
dude, crazy. Ooh, the Bills just scored 14-0 first quarter.
Mm.
Uh, do you, I don't even know what to say that hasn't been
Yeah.
said already.
We've got a Cowboys fan in our midst with Mr. Frankie
I
here.
think I'm numb to it at this point. I think I'm numb to it.
What are your thoughts? I mean, this is the
I
wild card. The wild card is the 2 seed. And
I
we always
became
knew like they're probably their time was up at the divisional round at, like
mhm.
more than likely, but the wild card?
Yeah, so in the last episode, I was listening to it and just seeing what our takes were. And, you know, being a Cowboys fan, I obviously had to pick what Cowboys fan would I be if I didn't pick them beating the Packers.
I believed in
Uh,
them too. I mean, they've been playing amazing, but
I think everybody did. I became numb to this when I watched Jimmy Garoppolo rip my heart out. Um, what was it, like 2 years ago, I guess. And then the 49ers did it again. I'm numb to it. I think Jerry Jones moves way too slowly. Like he's always extremely like at behind. He always has the back of whoever his quarterback is and whoever his coach is. Probably so much so that they stick around for years longer than they should. And I think Mike McCarthy is one of those. I think Dak Prescott's another one of those. Um, the Packers absolutely dominated every side of the ball from the start. The Cowboys didn't look like they were ready to play, and I blame that on Mike McCarthy. Dan Quinn, is he even in the running for a coaching job anymore after that? I don't know, but if you're a Seahawks fan, you still want Dan Quinn? Like, what was that one play that I forgot who it was? I'll look it up, but I mean, it was like a tight end that ran just like a go route on the outside and just absolute like nobody even near him, nobody around him at all. Like the camera had to like pan out and just show you that there was nobody around him. It
yeah,
was disgusting.
that
It was
was Luke
horrible.
Musgrave, I believe.
Musgrave, that's who it was. But like I mentioned on the last episode, we said we wouldn't be surprised if the Packers won this game. I'm not surprised. I am numb to the emotion now. In
I
fact,
mean, it's like go ahead, sorry.
no, so much so that I went to go watch this game with some friends, and before I left, I I got these gift cards, right, that like from my company for just getting an award or whatever. And I had multiple gift cards, and I was planning to just buy something with it. And I was thinking of like a Switch or something. And I actually grabbed those cards before I left to go watch the game in case that I needed them to pick my spirits up and just start buying stuff and spending money to make myself feel better.
Yeah.
And I did exactly that. I knew what was going to happen. I don't have any. I don't think I have anything else to say. I'm just still
Yeah.
processing, grieving.
I mean, so obviously Jordan Love 3 touchdowns passed. That's really good, obviously. And
Hmm.
then we had Aaron Jones with 3 touchdowns on the ground as well. Like, what is that? Aaron Jones is also one of these backs that like his best days are probably behind him too.
Aaron Jones will
And
have a career day every single time he plays against us. Speaking of
and
which, you want
then
to know something crazy?
yeah, what's that?
The Packers have won more playoff games at AT&T Stadium than the Cowboys have.
Oh,
Let
really?
that sink in. Yep.
Well, Dak. So obviously, yeah, you like you said, this falls on Mike McCarthy. This also falls a lot on Dak. 2 picks, one for a pick six.
Yeah, I think that pick six, when that thing happened, like they just didn't look back. He looks so rattled. You can tell when Dak Prescott looks rattled. Maybe it's just me being a fan and watching him so many times play, but when it zooms in on his face and he's out there on the field, like you can tell when he's clearly locked in or when he's just rattled. He's just shaken. And you could see that yesterday. He just had that shaken look on his face that he was seeing ghosts out there. And it was that was like the absolute worst case scenario. It's always so amazing to see a worst case scenario play out. Like I want to know as a Cowboys fan what it's like to be an underdog and win a game. You know, like imagine being a Packers fan and like being like, oh, we have a good chance at them, against them, despite being the seventh seed, and no seventh seed has ever won a playoff game. Like imagine playing the Cowboys at the 2 seed and being like, "Oh, we'll be fine." I wanna know what that feels like, you know?
Yeah. And so, what do you think about where this is for the Cowboys moving forward?
Obviously, Jerry, like everybody I think is in consensus and has been for a while that Jerry Jones absolutely should not be running the Cowboys anymore, but you can't fire him. So, next best thing, I guess, consolation prize is you get rid of your head coach. And we mentioned in the last episode, we said, "Hey, with all these coaches coming up, like there's going to be a lot more coaches on the hot seat that may not have been, but now they are." And Mike McCarthy is definitely one of them, especially after losing in the wild card. I think Bill Belichick, as a Cowboys fan, I would like to see Bill Belichick, Mike Vrabel. It's just I don't know if it's a hot take, but or Jim Harbaugh. And the only reason I say those three guys is because I feel like those three guys could scare the living shit out of anybody in the locker room at any given time, and that's what you need. You need
Yeah, and
somebody with like discipline.
their schemes are pro style for sure, and that's kind of the style of offense that y'all go ahead and deploy year after year,
Hmm.
maybe for better or for worse. But what about Dak? He's 30 now.
Dude, I've been saying Dak is his contract is coming up for a renewal too. I've been saying it. I don't think he's the guy. I said that last season too. There's so many quarterbacks coming out of this draft class. Like, why wouldn't you? And you have Trey Lance. Why wouldn't you
Yeah,
like try to develop him or draft somebody? So Micah Parsons is going to want to be the highest paid defender in the league. CeeDee Lamb is going to be is one. He's going to want to be the highest paid receiver in the league.
yeah,
Dak Prescott's also going to want to be the highest paid court. Like you can't pay all three of them, nor do I think Dak Prescott deserves it because he just falls apart in every big game.
absolutely.
One of them has to go, and there's no way in hell CeeDee Lamb or Micah Parsons is going to go.
Yeah,
So Dak is the one out, in my opinion.
yeah.
But I think
Unfortunate end of an
that's
era.
yeah, yeah. I think this is it for
I
him.
mean, you got rid of Zeke last year,
Hmm.
uh, and now it's his turn. And
I mean, the Packers just beat the crap out of the Cowboys, dude. It was like it was embarrassing. It was embarrassing being at a bar. Like obviously, there's mostly Cowboys fans where I live, but still, it was just embarrassing. Like you put your head down. It's like this some of
outclassed
those
by a
plays.
rookie
Yes,
quarterback.
outclassed, out hustled, outperformed. Dan Quinn's defense just looked absolutely abysmal. Micah Parsons was pretty much non-existent that entire game.
And it's
The
not even
secondary
like
wasn't
it's not
there.
even a Brown situation to where you have an old man at under center that's just like a bridge
Right.
guy, and you have like all these injury concerns to like keep people at key skill positions. Like the Cowboys are relatively healthy.
Yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah, they are. Um, Well, I thought it was pretty funny though that like this Cowboys game happened, and then all of a sudden you don't hear a word about Chiefs Dolphins. You don't hear a word about Texans Browns. You don't hear a word about like any other game or even like Eagles Bucks. Like the whole world stopped and just started talking about this Cowboys game. Like nothing else mattered. Like we totally didn't even talk about that the Chiefs upset the Dolphins. Their season's done. 5 weeks ago, that wasn't looking like they were just gonna, get out in the wild card round. But when you get your ass whooped like that, and you are America's team and the most valuable franchise in the world in any sport, um, people watch, man. And that was embarrassing how they got spanked, absolutely spanked. I think that's pretty much all I have to say. That's all I have to vent about.
Yep.
But
And you made a nice segue for Chiefs Dolphins talk.
mhm.
Obviously, the Dolphins were technically the lower seed, but they are considered more talented and more. They have more momentum than the Chiefs going into the playoffs here with all the guys that they have at receiver and several Pro Bowlers that they have to talk about. Um,
Dude, does a Pro Bowl mean anything anymore? The
no,
Packers
but
didn't
it's
Packers
just
didn't
a
have a single Pro Bowler.
it's just an indication of the fact that the Dolphins had so many talented players this year
Right.
that had great seasons, and they got exposed on the big stage. In I mean, maybe you said something right about that weather, because the rest of the team outside of
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill, who scored their lone touchdown, there wasn't anything to write home about whatsoever on that front. So
No, there wasn't. And I think Travis Kelce had a few drops, though. Shocker. Taylor Swift was in the crowd. I said it before. I'll say it again. As long as she's in the stands, he's going to be dropping catches.
it was so predictable.
Yeah, it was.
It would be Patrick Mahomes snaps the ball, targets Travis Kelce. He either catches it or it doesn't. Pans to Taylor Swift, and then they replay the play.
Yep. Yep. So,
And I
other
just
than
have to
that,
say, she is
mhm,
the most. She is ruined. She
yeah,
has ruined the NFL. Like, watching the NFL is not exciting when you're watching the
no,
Chiefs, because it's just they show her in between every single play.
right, right. And yeah, a lot of people just don't care about that. Now I'm a big fan of Hard Knocks. If you haven't watched that show, you should definitely go watch it on HBO or Max or whatever it's called now. I am really looking forward to this episode here. I guess it's the last one since their season's done.
Yeah, it would have to be.
Um, but dude, I can tell you that locker room, like they had way higher hopes, and dare I say, Miami has a little bit of a Dak situation going on. You thought you had your guy, and he just falls apart in every big game. I mean,
Yeah, but at the same time, well, one, it's their first year of being good, and two, is also 25 years old. So
that's true. I mean, you could give him another year or two, but you also have Waddle and Tyreek in their primes right now. Do you want to
yeah,
waste
I mean,
those,
you can't waste
risk
that
those
for
years?
sure.
Um, so I wasn't too shocked about this. I think that Dolphins Cowboys game was definitely the battle of the the mediocre teams.
The other thing about that Dolphins game is, look, Kansas City looked beatable in that game. I feel like it either came down to weather or coaching or both, because they looked beatable for sure. They've
Yeah.
only look at their quarter spread or quarter breakdown of the scoring. It was one touchdown, like 7 points in the first, 9 points in the second, 3 points in the third, and 7 points in the fourth.
Mhm.
They were definitely not coming out there like guns blazing like most of these other teams.
No, they weren't. They weren't. They still have some problems to fix. That's for sure. Anything else on the Dolphins Chiefs? I feel bad for Mike McDaniel. He's a cool guy. I mean, from what I can tell, he's a really cool coach. But
Um,
that's about it.
I actually don't really like Mike McDaniel.
Really? Why? Because he dresses like you?
No, I think he dresses like you.
What?
I think
No
you have a
shot.
lot more similarities to Mike McDaniel than I
I
do.
don't think so. I don't think so.
Like when you told me Mike McDaniel was your favorite coach, I was like, Oh, he gives Frankie vibes, honestly.
I don't know what that means, but
Also, did you hear that whole story about like it's like the famous story about how he met his wife?
I don't know. I don't think so. Enlighten
So,
me.
and maybe this might change your opinion of this guy,
Mm-hmm.
but basically he met his wife, I think it was in a club or a bar of some sort out in Miami,
Mm-hmm.
and I can't remember if it was like when he was a coach in college or maybe he was already an NFL coach.
Mm-hmm.
But he basically his current wife at that time was talking to like she was basically hanging out with one of the players, right? Like so this player was like chatting her up, this and that. And
When
then
did this
Mike
happen? When was this? I thought they'd been married for a while.
yeah, this was a while ago is what I'm
Oh,
saying.
okay.
And then so the player was chatting her up, like basically that was the player's girl almost. And then Mike McDaniel told the player, came up to him in the club and was like, if you don't get your ass back home, like there's going to be hell to pay at practice tomorrow or something because they had practice the next day.
Mm-hmm.
And then so the player left and Mike McDaniel started talking to the girl.
No way. No
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, that's a true story.
I'm reading this. I'm looking this up now. One of the running backs. Wow, you're right. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, you're right. One of the running backs. Dude, that's
So is he an L man's?
I
I don't
mean
know.
that's definitely not off brand for him. That sounds very on brand. But yeah, I didn't know that. That's interesting. That's a little gross, I can't lie. Um well, I wouldn't do that. You said he reminds you of me. I wouldn't do that. But I do like his joggers, I will say. I think how he rolls them up is pretty stupid. I think the only similarities we have are just the way we wear it. I mean, just the joggers. But I definitely don't roll mine up.
Then we
Weird.
had the
Some
Lions and the
chaos.
Rams.
Lions
Lions
and
squeaking that out by
yeah.
1 point. So I'll tell you what, my girlfriend is from Michigan and like all her family, basically everything in Michigan, you're either a Packers fan or you're a Lions fan. And everybody was winning yesterday in Michigan, especially after that college football
Mm-hmm.
championship.
Yeah.
Uh, I also knew the Lions were going to win that game. You overruled me as well on that one.
Okay, don't act like you knew that was gonna happen. It was 24-23.
I predicted it.
I think
Um,
Matthew Stafford was really dude, did you see it? I don't know how they let him go back in the game. I don't know how they let him go back in. He was clearly like knocked out.
yeah.
Um, but
And the problem with that offense is they rely on Matthew Stafford because he just
mhm,
likes to air it out all game. Like we had Kyron Williams for 61 yards on 13 carries, nothing crazy to write home about. So without Stafford playing at 100% perfect football, you're not going to win.
mhm. I'm happy for the Lions. The state of Michigan is having a renaissance year in every way possible. Um, the only thing short is having like the automotive industry absolutely boom back in Detroit. I don't know if it has or not, but the only thing that hasn't happened is that yet. And I mean, Michigan sports is just going nuts right now.
Yep. Morgan Wallen blasting in every bar, everybody vibes at an all-time high.
Yep,
So it's
sounds
good for
about
them.
right.
Good for them. The Lions, they are going to match up against, it looks like, the 49ers.
Mm.
So that's actually no, that's not correct because the Packers won. So they're going to play whoever the winner is of the Eagles Buccaneers.
Packers
Winnable
are
for
playing
them.
49ers, I think, right? They have to
Yeah,
be.
so winnable for the Lions that they get to play the winner of Eagles Buccaneers. Um, so they got a little bit lucky. They could have a run to the AFC champion or the NFC championship.
Yeah, they could. They could. Happy for Jared Goff, Ryan Gosling. He gave the city of Detroit what they wanted. I mean, I saw people crying in the stands. I saw people hugging each other. It was like, I mean, you get your first playoff win in 32 years. I mean, the Cowboys aren't too far away from that stat, honestly. But it's got to be a great feeling across the city of Detroit for that. Finally get a win, especially against Matthew Stafford. That's the one guy standing in your way from getting a playoff win. How poetic is that?
Yeah, definitely. And obviously, they're pretty happy they won with Jared Goff and let Matthew Stafford go, I guess.
If there was one guy I could handpick to be the Cowboys coach, it would be Dan Campbell.
Think
Because that,
so?
oh, absolutely, 100%.
A
You want to
risk
talk
taker,
about risk taker, aggressive, absolutely no BS.
but it's to a fault
Well,
at
sometimes,
some level.
but I think the Cowboys have the talent. If they had a coaching figure like Dan Campbell there, I mean, they have the talent
Yeah, that's
100% to
true. Like,
make a
obviously,
huge run.
much rather have, like, as my guys converting those types of chances, Tony Pollard or CeeDee Lamb, a guy like that. I'd
Right?
much rather have that. Which, so
Yeah.
that there's a lot to be said about that for sure. They definitely, the Cowboys definitely are able to take some risks, but the problem is being that image of America's team, they play like pure conservative forms of football at the end of the day. Or at least that's how it's been.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. I mean, the Cowboys definitely just need some discipline in that locker room. The Lions are going to be great with Dan Campbell at the head coach. They got a lot to look forward to. But
What
that's,
else? What else
I
you
mean,
got?
that's pretty much everybody who played. Like I said, Steelers, Bills are playing right now. We both definitely predicted the Bills to win this game, and it's looking like that's how it's going to shake out. Mason Rudolph is sitting at 5 for 10 right now, 82 yards. Yeah, it's not looking good for them. So, assuming the Bills win, that means Bills Chiefs,
Bills Chiefs.
right? Damn, that would be awesome.
It's gonna be awesome.
But that's gonna be a close game, I think. And then it's looking like Ravens. So the winner, let's see here. So who are the Ravens gonna play then? We don't know
The
yet, right?
Texans.
Oh, that's right. They're playing the Texans. Sheesh.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the
It
city
was a
of
good run.
Houston fans are they
They have
have
to be ecstatic.
they have no idea what's about to happen to them though.
No. They have to be ecstatic just of what's happened, though. They can't be upset
Yeah.
at their season so far.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Vegas predicted them to win like 3.5 games or something, and they end up making it in the playoffs and pass the wild card round.
Yeah.
That's a W. It's a
Definitely a
big W.
W.
And they have
And
a lot of young talent too, just like the
yeah.
Packers. Packers are the youngest team, I think, like average age of 25 or something. They have a lot to look forward to. Romeo Dobbs, dude, I had him in fantasy. I actually traded for him in fantasy because I knew he was a dog, and that 100% came to fruition against the Cowboys, unfortunately. Romeo Dobbs, we had absolutely no answer for him. He
If
finished
you're
with 151 yards.
if you're the Ravens as well, you're pretty happy about this because if you're the Ravens, you were afraid of the Dolphins potentially getting to the AFC Championship because with that explosive offense that they've showcased all year. But also at the end of the day, Ravens, you've had like one of the toughest strength of schedules the entire year.
Mm-hmm.
So and you've basically beaten all the good teams at this point, so you don't have too much to worry about.
We say that now, dude. And then the Cowboys. Something like the Cowboys could absolutely happen to any team. I know the Cowboys are like just so on brand for just absolutely falling apart in the playoffs, but
Yes, you're
um,
saying this, but if the Cowboys had Lamar Jackson, then it
I
wouldn't
mean, we
even
see
be
it
a
every year.
question.
We see it every year. All I'll say is this: I will be surprised if it's. I won't be surprised, but I wouldn't be shocked if it's not Ravens 49ers in the Super Bowl. I think you're gonna see some upsets somewhere. You're gonna see an upset. I just feel it. Feel it. I feel it inside of me, deep inside of me. There's gonna be an upset somewhere. I
Yeah,
know it's unlikely.
yeah.
Part of me just wants to see that, just because it makes it more exciting. You know. I think the last time what was it? Last time Green Bay won, weren't they like the 6th seed and they won the Super Bowl?
Yeah,
So it's not unheard of.
that was with
Aaron
Aaron
Rodgers.
Rodgers.
Yep.
It's actually some pretty really like that year for Aaron Rodgers and this year for Jordan Love, their stats are like extremely, extremely similar. It's like eerily similar. I saw a graphic about it. I don't have it pulled up
Really.
right now, but it's like
Time is just a
it's
circle.
like a very similar situation.
It's just a snake eating itself. I also, to your point, I think the Packers beat the Bears in the last game of the season, just like they did this season. And I want to go out and say that they also beat the Cowboys in the first round of the playoffs, like they did this season.
Oh boy.
Possibly, I don't know. I have to double check that.
Look,
But
I wouldn't be mad if the Packers ended up winning the or went getting to the Super Bowl. I wouldn't be mad about
no,
that.
Packers Ravens.
I mean, Ravens are going to shit on them, but
I still think, dude. I mean, let's not. I mean, who did the Ravens lose to this season?
they like
Let me
let's
think.
see. I have they lost the Browns when they had Deshaun Watson. They lost to the Steelers in Week 18, which is like super whatever.
Yeah,
And
that
then
doesn't matter.
they lost to the Steelers as well at the beginning of the season,
Mm,
and the Colts. They also lost to the Colts this year. These were like at the beginning of the season, basically.
that was week 4. Steelers in week 6, I think. All I'm saying is this is the NFL. Anybody can be beaten at any given week. I think it's like I said, super unlikely, super unlikely. But you gotta shake it up every now and then, you know. I don't
Yep.
want to. Part of me, okay, yes. As of right now, I am a part of the fan base that just got absolutely embarrassed. We shouldn't have lost that game. I want to see somebody else lose a game that shouldn't lose a game. Maybe I'm bitter. Maybe I'm just human. I want to see another fan base feel what I have felt. I guess the Dolphins already
I hope it happens to the
kind of did.
Eagles, if I'm being honest.
I don't even think that would be an upset, honestly. Nick Sirianni's on the verge of being fired, apparently. Their fan base doesn't put up with crap. You think if Nick Sirianni loses this game, he's going to keep his head coaching job?
Nah, not likely.
And you think anybody's going to hire him?
Yeah, I think people will hire
You
him.
think so? I don't think so. I don't think he's going to. I don't know. I'd be surprised if he gets a job if he gets fired here.
Assistant
Maybe,
jobs out there.
yeah, since a job or offensive coordinator, maybe. But yep. So that's pretty much all I have. We wanted to do a quick episode just to check in the middle of this and just talk about and try to process what we just witnessed last night, like yesterday evening. Oh man, dude. There's one person. Nobody wants to be Jerry Jones right now. Nobody in the world is envious of Jerry Jones and his billions and billions and
No,
super
not at
villain
all.
yachts.
Just for fun, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do something here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I'm trying to figure out how to
What are you
write
doing?
on
Is this in
this.
Paint? I didn't know Paint was still a thing.
This is I don't know what this is. This
What are you about to
is
write? I want to see you write something.
Hold on.
Okay,
Let me
never
open
mind.
it in Paint. We're gonna predict the new divisional round.
Well, we can kind of assume the Bills are going to win. Who did
Wait
you
a
think?
second. Wait a second.
Eagles,
Wait a
Bucks.
second. Wait a second. Wait for it. Wait for it.
Well, I mean, I'm saying in the wild card round, who did you think was going to win this game? We picked Bucks.
Okay. So we now have
I actually want to share with everybody what in the world. Before this, I want to share with everybody what depression purchases I made. So after the Cowboys lost, I using all these gift cards and random crap that I got from my company. Along with some of my own money, I bought a Switch Lite. I bought a turquoise one because apparently that's pretty much all they have now. And then I bought a Pokemon Violet game. I don't know if I'm ever even gonna play it, but I bought it. I got something called Super Mario RPG. No idea what that's about. I did absolutely no research on any of this stuff. I bought like a WarioWare game or something. No idea what that is. And then like a Zelda game. I don't know anything about these games. I've only heard of them. They added up to how much I had in my gift cards pretty much, and I just bought them.
Do you see my screen?
It's 21-0 right now, Bills. Yeah,
So
yeah.
we've got Ravens and Texans. Are we sticking with the Ravens here?
What? You okay? To everybody who's listening on Spotify, he's trying to write in Paint with a mouse.
Oh, I'm gonna upload the video to Spotify.
Okay, so Ravens, Texans. Okay, I'm gonna pick the Ravens here. It's common sense tells me to.
There we go.
That's gonna be a good game. I'm gonna really enjoy seeing Lamar Jackson and CJ Stroud play against each other.
And then Bills Chiefs. We sticking with our Chiefs pick?
I don't know. What do you think?
I think I'd stick with the Chiefs.
You think the Chiefs? My heart's kind of telling me Bills, but I'm wearing a Chiefs beanie right now, so I'm gonna go Chiefs.
Ew,
What?
The Cowboys lost, and now you're a Chiefs fan.
Yep. That's been my second team.
You're lucky you don't play. You're lucky you don't live in Dallas because you would be stoned to death.
That's always been my second team. I had family that lived over there, and I went to. Fun fact: I actually went to a Browns Chiefs game when Johnny Manziel was playing for the Browns at Arrowhead Stadium. That was sick. It was snowing. It was freezing. Everybody in the stands was wearing Carhartt and doing the Arrowhead thing. It was insane. It was crazy. And then I bought a beanie, and that was it. I loved it.
Honestly, bro, we're not doing too bad on our predictions.
No, especially with the Cowboys trying to screw everybody's brackets up. Matthew Stafford laying an egg.
I would say now that it would be Packers, Buccaneers, assuming that the Buccaneers win. Otherwise, it would be Packers, Eagles. Who would you pick for Packers, Buccaneers / Eagles?
Packers, Buccaneers. If it's Packers, Buccaneers, I'm picking the Packers. I'm going to pick the Packers.
Me too.
What I saw out of not only their defense but their offense, I don't think a Buccaneers defense or an Eagles defense for sure could not stop a Jordan Love that played against the Cowboys yesterday. Yeah, I mean the Buccaneers couldn't either.
I agree.
There's not many teams that could.
Lions, Niners.
This is where the Niners.
Don't pick with your heart. Pick with your mind.
Yeah, 49ers, obviously. That's where my mind is telling me. And my heart, I think.
Sounds good. So we would now have 49ers, Packers in the NFC Championship.
Are you writing this with a mouse?
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
Thank you.
Oh God, I would love to see this game. I mean, 49ers, like what do you pick? I mean, what would you pick? I know 49ers would definitely be favored here. But when you put X's and O's against each other, sheesh.
It's not really when you put X's and O's against each other, but it's, are you trusting rookie Jordan Love or notoriously inconsistent Brock Purdy?
He's not even a rookie. This is just like his first year playing. Didn't he play behind Aaron Rodgers for a couple years? He's been out at Utah for a few years,
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's
but
right,
this is like the
honestly.
first time he's actually played.
Yeah,
So
that's true. My bad. Well, practically a rookie, but okay. If
yeah,
you're who are you trusting? Jordan Love versus notoriously inconsistent Brock Purdy.
uh, Jordan Love or Brock Purdy, dude. I'm definitely gonna trust Jordan Love here.
It's a
Actually,
good point. It's a good point.
actually,
But would
when it comes to
CMC
him or
be
Brock Purdy,
enough? Would
yeah,
CMC be
yeah,
enough?
100%. CMC, Debo. They still have George Kittle. I mean, yeah, like I just want to. I'd love to see this matchup to begin with. I'll let you pick this one. You make the hard choices. Oh,
Oh man. This is power I've never experienced
this
before.
just let your mind
Um,
take you where it needs to go. Just pick. Don't think about it too hard. Uh, 49ers, he says. And we have a 49ers Ravens rematch. I want
so we're
something different,
we're
dude.
still in the running. We're still in the running.
I mean, yeah. But give me a little shakeup, you know? Give me Packers Ravens. Give me Chiefs 49ers. Give me Bills 49ers, you know? I don't know. Like Ravens 49ers already played against each other. 49ers got their ass whooped. Nice. That's pretty much it. Bills are up 21-0 against the Steelers halfway through the second quarter. To everybody watching or listening, we just wanted to kind of give a quick little update episode halfway through this wild card round. And we'll be definitely back for I'm watching this Bills game. After this wild card round to preview the NFL divisional round. I don't think we'll know for sure until the Eagles Bucks play their game what the divisional round would look like. There's still a lot of slots open. So, all right, that's enough.
Wait.
What are you
Wait,
drawing?
wait, 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 wait,
What is that? Is that supposed to be
wait,
you?
wait. What?
Is this me?
You think it's you?
I don't think it's me until the glasses, but
Who do you think it is?
dude, I can't see because there's block. Oh, is it Mike McDaniel?
Yeah. See,
I can't. No,
proof right there. The
hold on.
similarities
I
are
couldn't
stark.
see because the little blocks are in my way. The boxes. I can only see like half the drawing. I can just
Oh,
see the face. I
okay.
can't see anything under
Hold
it.
on. Okay. Hold on.
Are you still picking? Okay, that makes sense. That makes a lot more sense. That's Mike McDaniel. Are you still leaving it at 650 points? That
Yeah,
Dallas
I mean,
Green Bay
like
game
we
kind
can't
of
we can't change it because it's like the games
fair
have
enough.
already happened. So
Fair enough. Fair enough.
confirmed. Frankie and Mike McDaniel are.
That's not true. Like I said, I dig his shoes. I dig his joggers. The NFL always has pretty solid hoodies. I would love to have some of those hoodies. But other
Okay,
than that,
well,
no.
yeah, like Frankie said, that'll be it for us. Quick little cheeky episode
Mm-hmm.
here, and we'll be giving our recap next week for the divisional round. Actually, I mean, we'll be talking about our analysis for the individual round when it comes to, or the divisional round when it comes to probably Thursday or so.
Yep.
Uh, all I'm
And I'm
saying
gonna be
is, long story short, we'll be back.
we'll be back. And I'm gonna as soon as this episode is over, you better believe I'm putting on my hoodie. I'm gonna warm up some hot tea, get into bed, and watch this Bills game because I need to
Mm-hmm.
get over this
Mm-hmm.
sickness I have. I don't
Make
know
sure
what
you're
it is.
tapping in with us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Twitter,
Mm-hmm.
X,
Mm-hmm.
Instagram, TikTok, everything. We're on everything. So let us know. Let us know what you want to see. Let us know what you want us to talk about. Let us know what you want us to respond to. We will be there.
Yes, sir. See y'all later.